All right, so today's the day, folks. The old chicken coop is coming down. The city never approved our chicken ordinance, so I was unable to keep them here anyway. This is just taking up valuable garden space. So since it's unusable for chickens, I'm tearing it apart. We're going to reuse the pieces to build other things for the garden and reclaim this garden space for the garden and vegetables and stuff like that. So I miss my chickens. Maybe the city council will change their hearts and minds eventually, but as of right now, it's where it stands. So that's coming apart. A lot of the lumber is so good, so I'm probably going to build some like maybe raised beds or something like that out of it, and keep it usable, keep it reusing, recycling, all the things, so that it doesn't go to waste. So, all right, farewell. Okay, so I got the cattle panel section done. Well, almost done. It's deep mulch now. Reset there. Now I'm going to mix up some soil. I'll show you what I'm doing to mix it up. All right, so this is my soil mix. The combination that I am using is 1 5-gallon bucket of rabbit manure from underneath my rabbit pens, and then 2 buckets, 5-gallon buckets of the garden soil I got from the nursery. So I'm mixing that up in this big bucket first. I would have done it in the wheelbarrow, but I had it full of mulch, and ADHD kicked in, and I was doing one thing and then the other thing and then the other thing, and then yeah. So anyway, it's in this big container that I had outside, and I'm mixing it up. I'm also adding just a little bit of fish emulsion fertilizer into this as well, just to boost up the nitrogen content. And that is what then I will put on the raised beds over there in the garden by the trellises. I will put it in that area on top of all the wood chips and the deep mulch that I did. So hopefully this will completely make my garden no-till by next year, and that will be absolutely epic. So here we are. I'm getting back to work. Okay, so I'm calling it a day. I'm tired. I've been out here since 10 this morning. It's now 4 o'clock. So what I've gotten done, it doesn't look like much, but I promise it was, because there was a lot of prep work that took to get into that. But I created, actually, just let me flip you around. So I got my arches re-put in, and I added this brick edge over top of the mulch, and then my soil and compost mixtures in those. One, I'm limited on soil and compost, so this was a way to save some money instead of having to fill the whole area with it when I'm really only planting along the trellises. And I had free brick anyway from a big pile that I've got back over here. A few years back I made a video, I believe, I may not have posted it, but a gentleman was tearing down a chimney, a fireplace in his house, and he was just giving them away for free, so I went and picked them all up. And so I've been using those in my garden, and I figured that would be a nice little edging space to kind of contain where my compost and soil go. So got those ready. Obviously you can see that I've got tarp down on either side of the trellis. Got those in. We still have some nights coming up that are going to be down in the low 40s, so not putting out the rest of the garden yet, but we will be getting there soon. I think next weekend we should be in the all clear, and I should be able to get the rest of the garden actually put in. But wanted to show you a few things. Using this little greenhouse here to harden off the rest of my stuffs. And then let's take a look at the front bed here. So none of the lettuce that I planted, varieties that I planted over here germinated, but my butter crunch did. So I'm gonna thin those out a little bit and actually let them go and get bigger. so that's cool. Ignore the weeds. I didn't mulch underneath these bags before putting them down, but potatoes are coming in really well. I was a little nervous because I had planted them and then we had some cold snaps and some frost, and I'm like, oh no, I hope that I didn't just kill my potatoes, but I didn't. We're good. And they're doing really well up there in the front of the house. So the only other thing that I've got going on is peas. I did not get a great germination rate on them, if I'm being completely honest. So let me show you those real quick. So remember, this is the full 16 foot that we planted, and I planted peas every few inches. I've only got like 10 that actually came up, and they're still really small. There's 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, and then there's more down there. The seed was a little bit older, so I'm gonna guess that it was just old seed, low germination rate. But at any rate, garden is coming along well, despite it being so late in the year, it feels like, but it'll be fine. Also, fun news, my community launched a community garden system, and there's like 3 or 4 different parks that have now community gardens, and I am a community garden lead over at our park in Elmwood Park. So we'll be getting that garden going here too. We just built the shed yesterday, and then the work crew went out and tilled up the plot for the garden. Now we just got to get it all filled in and make it look pretty. So, not to mention, I'm also going to be helping out with my granny's garden, because my papa did pass away, and that was his pride and joy, and that's going to be our little thing, me and my sister's little thing, to keep it going, and my cousin, to keep that garden going in honor of papa. And Gran likes to have fresh food anyway, so it'll be good for her to still have some of that. So, all right, I'm tired. I'll talk to y'all later. Bye.